Hey guys, it's Primus here, and today I'm going to be talking about Mass Effect 3. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about the Earth DLC, Leviathan DLC, and Operation Broadside. I know what you guys are thinking. Wait a minute, didn't you already do a video on this before? Yes, I did, but think of this more of an update than anything else, alright? So first things first, let's talk about Operation Broadside, shall we? Alright, it occurred on July 13th through 16th. I think it was last week, alright? And so basically the goal here was to extract 400,000 squads against Reapers on any difficulty. Meaning all those people complaining, oh, I gotta do it on gold. Well, guess what? You could have done it on bronze and it would have been easy. Whatever. However, the squad goal, basically your individual goal, was to extract at least one squad member against Reapers on gold difficulty, which was quite a challenge because I think they amped up the difficulty on the Reapers for some reason. I don't know if this is true or not. I believe that the Reapers were tougher that weekend for some reason. It was just weird. I noticed even on Silver when I was playing, and Silver is a cakewalk for me now. I noticed the Reapers were a little bit more tougher and they were a pain in the ass. And usually you don't see that on Silver, and I was kind of like wondering, did they do this on purpose? If you guys know anything, please tell me, because right now I'm like at the website masseffect.com and it doesn't say anything about, you know, difficulty level of the Reapers increasing or anything like that. But I think the difficulty did increase, right? I did get the gold, all right, the squad goal, so I did defeat it on gold. It took me a while though because I was kind of looking at different teams and whatnot, and even with high level people, the teams weren't really working well, because the reason why is that a lot of people like going Rambo or like doing their own thing, or they just don't give a rat's ass. And so, you know, I had a lot of missions in which I failed because my teammates weren't really doing much. All right, and then finally I got to a little group where these guys were, you know, pretty low levels. They were a level 100 or so, and yet they were really good. They stood together. Luckily I had the microphone on during that time, so I was able to kind of dictate, hey guys, we should go over here. Hey guys, maybe we should do this. Hey, you know, kind of help them out, guide them a little bit, since I was like the senior player, if you would, in the match, I believe. We did pretty damn good, actually. I was really surprised how well we did. More than on one occasion, though, I would have to go solo because, you know, my partners will get killed by the Banshees. And for some reason, during this gameplay, the Banshees have a 10-arm reach. I don't know what the fuck that's all about. I know I'm not the only one that, you know, experiences this. I know BioWare needs to really fix this. Either it's lag or it's a glitch or something, but sometimes the Banshees can stretch their hands out and grab you from 20 feet away, and you're like, what the hell, why am I moving backwards? And then boom, you get attacked by the Banshee and she kills you automatically. So it was no big deal. I got the gold. For those people out there that I played with to get the gold, thank you very much. I think one of the guys was named like Kung Fu Korean or something like that, so thank you. The other guys, I'm sorry, I don't remember your names, but thank you, all right? What else can I say about this? Yes, we did, like I said, I think I said, I'm not sure if I did say this, but we did not succeed in this operation, okay? Unfortunately, we didn't get the allied goal, and so basically what that means is obviously we don't get a victory pack, which contains a lot of goodies in there, and we didn't get a med gel cap increase from 5 units to 6, all right? That would have been really useful, especially with the new, you know, Earth DLC coming out during the time and everything. You know, they increased the difficulty level to platinum now, so that would have been really great to have for platinum, because if gold is a bitch, platinum must be freaking hell, all right? So having one extra med gel can really be useful during those matches, especially if you're going against Reapers, which are relentless, and you know, they're always attacking you and they're just pain in the butt. But we didn't get it, so we're still stuck with the 5 units. The thing is, BioWare likes to kind of punish us for not succeeding in this operation or any other operation. I believe when we were supposed to get 4 million Banshees dead or something and we didn't succeed, BioWare punished us in the next operation that there were going to be more Banshees in the fights. Meaning, let's say you're playing gold difficulty, and you usually, I'm just guesstimating here, usually there'll be like 3 Banshees out on the field or 2 and whatnot, but they amped it up so that an extra Banshee will come out, so instead of 3 there would be 4 Banshees all at once chasing you, all right? And also during that time, I believe that even if you played with Geth, Sometimes a banshee would pop out of nowhere and help the guest out, and you're like, what the fuck? So it was pretty interesting. I like how they do that because it motivates the people to, you know, oh shit, if we don't want to get screwed over this weekend, we gotta, you know, do good during this operation, right? So I like how BioWare is incorporating that, and it's also, it makes the story for the multiplayer more connected, and you know, it makes the multiplayer, how you say, oh, what's the word I am looking for? Oh, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but I'll probably put it up here or something. Right there, bam, right there. That's the word I was trying to say. But yeah, it kind of connects the story, the single player, and the multiplayer together, and I really like that. I like how developers, or this developer, BioWare, is actually doing that, because other, you know, gaming companies and other developers, they don't really do that with their multiplayer. Usually they keep the single player and the multiplayer, you know, different. For instance, a good example is Call of Duty. Call of Duty, you got your typical Makarov and all those badass motherfuckers trying to, you know, destroy the United States and everything. And then the multiplayer is just, yeah, you're just running around killing people. There's no story, there's no reason for you killing people. You're just going out there shooting each other like if you're in a paintball gun match or something like that, right? So at least in Mass Effect 3, they give you substance, they give you a reason to play, and it kind of actually connects to each other, saying like, if you've seen the multiplayer trailers, you know, you see Shepard talking like, yes, we have this elite group in special forces, blah, 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 and you are the special forces in the multiplayer. So that's pretty cool and everything like that. So unfortunately, we didn't succeed in Operation Broadside. What are you gonna do about it? I wonder what the next operation is going to be and what the punishment for next time around is going to be. Most likely it's going to be maybe if you only extract one member, or you get a partial extraction, that you fail the mission automatically. That'd be pretty cool. I'm just saying. It might be frustrating, but it'll be, you know, a lesson that we need to work harder and basically succeeding in these goals, right? But to be honest, I don't really care. It's a video game. I just have fun. I'm not like other people go like, oh my god, you fucking suck. Why are you using the Riga Carbine, you fucker? You know, I'm not those assholes out there who bitch for every little thing that you have on you. So another thing I actually want to talk about Operation Broadside, not Operation Broadside, but it's connected to the DLC and to the multiplayer, is that BioWare on July 20th released a kind of little story or information or synopsis of who the N7 you know, soldiers are and everything. And I really like that because, like I said, BioWare wants to connect the single player to the multiplayer and give you a reason to play the multiplayer rather than just, you know, going out there and killing people for no damn reason. At least here they give you a motivation, they give you a backstory of what's going on, why the N7 soldiers are fighting, and blah 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 and stuff like that. I'll actually leave a link to this kind of blog, if you would. I think it's a blog. It's like a blog or a, you know, article or whatever. And it's called Special Operations in the Systems Alliance. And it's funny though because the publisher is called Alliance News. I'm gonna click on it and see what, you know, the screen name is or whatever. So basically, BioWare has, they always been doing this, always kind of send these little articles out, kind of little things to add on to the plot to Mass Effect 3, which is really great in my opinion. It keeps the game interesting and it makes you feel like you're actually there rather than just like, oh yeah, I'm just some fucker just controlling some guy, killing some Russians and some Pakistanis or Afghanis or whatever you want to call them. Right, Taliban, if you would. So it's really interesting. I'm kind of briefly skimming through here. I've read the full thing, but I'm just kind of skimming through. It's like, it talks about the N1s through the N6s. It talks about what kind of training they go through. What's the highest grade of training, which is N6, I believe. Yeah, it's N6. It talks a whole bunch of stuff, the background of the soldiers. Obviously not, you know, it's not saying names or anything like that. It's just saying like the N7 soldiers in general. It's also saying, let me read you a sentence. The Alliance's prominent role in the Reaper War means that many N7 soldiers have been called upon to train alien species in asymmetric anti-Reaper warfare, taking advantage of their expertise in fighting on alien worlds. So it's pretty interesting how they add a lot of content to it to make the DLC seem, you know, more connected to the actual campaign, which obviously we all know is the reason why everyone bought Mass Effect 3. Not because of the multiplayer, but because of the single player. So I like how they kind of incorporated the multiplayer with the single player and connected and whatnot. And that's pretty much it. So like I said, I'll leave a link to that in the description below, and also I'll leave a link right here. Okay, click on that and that'll take you to that article, which is I find very interesting, pretty cool. It's kind of a little fun read. It's like 4 paragraphs, like 2 sentences, 3 sentences each. It'll take you no more than 5 to 10 minutes to read, depending how fast you read. All right, yeah, it doesn't really, yeah, I click on Alliance News and see archives. Come on, author. Apparently that's the author's name, Alliance News. So they're trying to keep it, and you know, good old-fashioned role-playing, if you would. Let's see here, Alliance News loading. Okay, whatever. I'll get back to that later on. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Like, you know, how they did that. I really like that. I like how they incorporated single player with multiplayer. All right. Speaking of multiplayer, let's talk about the Earth DLC. I've had some time now to kind of you know, test run it, see how it is, try the difficulties, the maps, some of the gear and whatnot. So let me talk about it. All right. Obviously, as you may know, the Earth DLC comes with a new platinum difficulty, so it's like hell, or rather than being like a bitch, it's just hell. You get 3 new weapons: a Pariah assault shotgun, which is kind of like an automatic shotgun, Accolade pistol, which is the shotgun. It's kind of like the upgrade to the Disciple, if you would, and then the Typhoon assault rifle, which I haven't really seen anybody use. And then finally, you get 6 new human N7 classes. You get a Destroyer Soldier, Paladin Sentinel, Demolisher Engineer, Slayer Vanguard, and Shadow Infiltrator and Fury Adept. By far my favorite ones are the Vanguards and the Infiltrators because those are the ninja ones, and frankly the ninjas look badass because they're carrying ninjatos. Alright, somebody on my last video commented, like, they're not katanas, they're wakasashis. No. A little brief history about swords in Japan and whatnot. I am really into this Asian culture stuff. I really how they're really disciplined and whatnot. I even contain real katanas, not that fake shit that you go on eBay for 20 bucks that's made from stainless steel that rusts after like a week. No, I got the real 1040, 1060, and 1080 carbon steel blades, all right? And I like reading the history about my blades before I actually buy them. And one of the blades I have is a Nijato. I think I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, whatever, the word's right here. You can read it, whatever. Ninjato is the type of sword, straight sword, that the ninjas in feudal Japan used. All right. It's slightly longer than the wakizashi. It's not a wakizashi because a wakizashi was used by samurais, not ninjas. All right. And the wakizashi is curved. Think of it, the wakizashi, as a miniature katana. That's all it is. It's a miniature katana. It's a little bit shorter than the katana, and that's it. While the Ninjato is in between a katana and a wakizashi, size-wise. Not the actual appearance, but size-wise. And the Ninjato, alright, is obviously straight. It does have that curve towards the tip, alright, and it doesn't really have a suba. Basically, not the suba. It doesn't have the, oh, is it the suba? I'm not sure. It's the guard protector, all right, where so your hand doesn't slip and cut yourself and whatnot. That's a little bit smaller. I think it's called a suba. I'm not sure. Whatever. So the sword technically is Ninjato. The only reason why I said katana is because most people don't know what a Ninjato is. If I probably said Ninjato right now again, people would be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Ninjato? What the fuck? This is not Naruto. What the fuck? So I say katana because it's the easiest way to describe the sword without any confusion and whatnot. All right. Mind you, the wakizashis were not used by ninjas, and they were only used usually when the samurais went into small quarters, right? So if you go into a hallway or something, they would usually use the wakizashi rather than the katana indoors because the wakizashi is shorter, so it's easier to kind of swing around inside rather than the katana, which is like a 5-foot blade, and you can probably, you wouldn't be able to slash very well. And also, it was illegal back then for samurais to walk into a bar and to have a katana on. They usually would have to leave their katana somewhere in a little storage place or something, but they were allowed to carry the wakizashi as protection just in case. So that's a little brief history of those blades, and people commenting, because I know there was a whole bunch of comments, people talking about that in the last video. No, it's not a katana, it's a wakizashi. No, it's not a wakizashi, it's this, it's that. It's a Ninjato, alright? That's what it is, because they're fucking ninjas in the Mass Effect universe. So it's a Ninjato. Leave it alone. Point made. Done, alright? Alright, continue on. And then finally, the 3 new maps, which is Vancouver, which is another discussion that people were arguing about in my last video. Vancouver is in Canada. Google it, guys, all right? Don't tell me I'm wrong, because I love history, I love geography. I know where Vancouver is, and I have family living in Vancouver, Canada, for God's sake, all right? Vancouver is not in the USA, it is in Canada. If there's a Vancouver, USA, then wonderful, who cares? But the thing is, BioWare is a Canadian company, and BioWare said themselves that Vancouver in the game is the one from Canada, all right? Point made, leave it alone. BioWare said it. BioWare is a Canadian company. Put the 2 things together, boom, right there, you got your answer. Canada, all right? And for my Canadian fans out there, salute to you guys. I don't know why people hate you guys. You guys are awesome. I'm talking about smoking the weed anywhere you want. No, I don't condone drugs. But yeah, Canada's a really nice place. I went there with some family, and it's beautiful. You guys should really go to Canada, especially in the Niagara Falls. They actually have the good side of Niagara Falls. The United States has a shitty end of Niagara Falls, which is just the water going over. Canada actually has a beautiful view. So if you really want to see Niagara Falls following, you would have to cross the border into Canada, because it's the best view. So enough of Canada. So what did I think about this DLC? This DLC was good. I liked it. The maps were interesting. They were different. They added an extra mission, escort. Basically, you kind of have to guide this sentry. There's little floating little sentry bots or whatever, like the Geth Primes released, the little blue ones. And so you would have to like escort it. Basically, you have to walk with it and then reach to the other side of the map or the other side of the room or whatever, right? It's kind of like your upload progress, you know, when you're uploading a virus or hacking a virus or hacking whatever, right? It's kind of like that, but rather than staying in one place, you have to move. So to be honest, I would have wanted something different. Maybe instead of having a sentry, maybe like a civilian that you have to walk with, like an important political figure or something, and if you know he gets too many hits, then you have to start all over again from the beginning. I think that would have been pretty cool, kind of like how SOCOM did it, you know, the old SOCOMs, where he kind of like had to guide everybody out of the building and back to safety and stuff. I think that would have been pretty cool, but hey, whatever, you know, it's a small thing. I don't really care. It's a new game mode. It makes shit interesting. Frankly, it's really easy though, in my opinion. Just get some, you know, infiltrators and some vanguards, and you're good to go. Overall, the DLC, let's see, the weapons. I haven't really got any of the weapons, so I can't really judge on that. But I heard that the weapons are really good, especially the Piranha. The Piranha, I heard, is like beastly. The Accolade pistol, I heard, is kind of shitty, and a Typhoon assault rifle, I haven't heard anybody talk about it. All right. The maps. London is good. London has a nice environment. So it's just like in the campaign and whatnot. And it has good vantage points for sniping. And it's a good kind of close quarters combat, sort of, but not really. But it's decent. I think I've been playing that one the most of all the new DLC maps. Vancouver's okay. Vancouver's really good for snipers and for vanguards, because when you charge in, you can run away really quickly and hide behind a corner. Well, that's what I think. I think it's a good level for vanguards and for infiltrators. What else? Oh, the Rio de Janeiro. That one's okay. That one's pretty good for sniping and good for people using shotguns, and if you would, because you know any class can use shotguns. So I'm just gonna say shotgun in general. So people who use shotguns, assault rifles, that's a good one too, especially when they're, you know, the Reapers or Geth or Cerberus. You know, I know people complain about me saying Cerberus wrong or whatever. I say it's Cerberus, whatever. It's just a fucking pain in the ass. So yeah, so it's when those enemies are crossing the bridge, it's pretty useful to having a class with an assault rifle. Usually for the sniping, I would go in the middle of the map, Rio de Janeiro there, because it's the best place, because it's a high vantage point, a good cover and everything. It's a good map. It's a decent map. Not that difficult, but it's really it's kind of small, so you have to make sure that you know you don't corner yourself and then you get screwed by a Banshee or a Ravager or a Brute, if you would. So yeah, the maps are good. I like them. I really like them a lot. Obviously it's more maps to play on rather than having like, you know, 6 maps like in the original, I think, when it first came out. Now we have like what 9? I think we have like 12 maps in total now, I believe. I'm not sure, whatever. I'm kind of forgetting here. 12, probably 12, maybe more. Who knows? And then finally, the classes. The only classes I've gotten so far is let's see here, Paladin Sentinel. Paladin Sentinel is the only one I've gotten so far. I've heard people talk shit about it, saying it's crap because the only thing it has is shields and then energy drain. Frankly, the energy drain is really good because, to be honest, using energy drain with the Solarian is a pain in the ass because he can't really dodge. And frankly, I like the humans because they can dodge really well. And that's, the only reason why I kind of like the Paladin is because he has the dodging ability, but at the same time he has energy drain, which is pretty damn useful. Another thing, his snap freeze isn't that bad. It's kind of like, whatchamacallit, freeze, if you would. I think the cryo blast or whatever. It's kind of like that. But the thing is, it's good for close range, and usually phantoms and other characters can't dodge it. So it just sprays a whole bunch of ice or liquid nitrogen on a person, and so it's kind of hard for a phantom to dodge it because it's smoke. It's not like a blast of cold or whatever. So they can't really dodge it like they usually do with the cryo blast or the incinerate, which actually the Sentinel also has. It actually has a incinerate, but I don't use that shit because I never did like incinerate. But if you know how to use the Paladin is really good at close range, especially with the shields, because the shields do a lot of damage and you can take a lot of hits. You can usually put a Paladin, let's say, in a small hallway, put him right there, have your teammates fire over his head, and then the enemies will be focused on the Paladin because the Paladin will be the closest one, and the Paladin can take a lot of hits before the shield goes down. So the Paladin is really good for defense. That's the thing what people should know. The Paladin is good for defense, not for offense, alright? So, usually for escort missions or when you're kind of hacking and you're stuck in one place, what you should usually do is put the Paladin up front, make him put the shields, and let him take up the brutality from the enemies and stuff, because the shields can take a lot of damage. I mean, a lot of damage. I think it has like 5,000 shield level, if you would. And basically, with 5,000 shield level, it can basically take a missile from an Atlas and your character won't take any damage at all. Obviously, you'll destroy the shield, but you personally won't take any damage. So the Paladin's okay. The Vanguard and the Infiltrator, the ninjas, those are really good. I've seen a lot of people use them. They're really good, especially their electric slash, and the Infiltrators are kind of like sneaking, cutting technique or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the technique is called, but it's kind of similar to Kasumi from Mass Effect 2, how she kind of teleported and she's invisible. She comes up behind and she kind of attacks you or whatever. It's the same concept here, but you're ninja. So that's pretty cool in my opinion. Vanguard, it's same thing like the Infiltrator, but it has like some type of weird palm attack or something, and it has biotic charge as well. And so the other classes I've seen people use too. The Soldier I've seen a lot of people use, especially it has that homing grenade thing. Engineer I've seen some people use, not everybody. That one's more of a support class than anything else. I think literally this is the biggest support class in the game because the other engineers are not really support classes in a way. They kind of are, but not really, because this engineer, the Demolisher engineer, has a little kind of canister that basically can regenerate your shields and give you ammo at the same time. It doesn't fire back against enemies, but it's a good support class, especially for infiltrators who usually stay in one place. And, you just put one of those things there, and you'd be helping out your partners a lot. What else? The Fairy Adept, I haven't really read any details about the abilities, but I've seen a lot of people use them too, so I'm assuming their abilities are really good. And I know what I noticed is that the Fairy Adept has like a constant kind of black aura going around him. I don't know what the hell that is. So it seems pretty interesting. It seems pretty cool. So I think these N7 classes are really good. By far, I think the most hated one is the Paladin. But I'm not gonna bitch, who cares? If you know how to use him, then kudos to you, because I know how to use him, and he's pretty damn useful if you know how to use him, alright? And so that's pretty much it for the Earth DLC. I think it's one of the best DLCs. I think it is the best DLC because of the content it has and everything. The Rebellion was up there, and the Resurgence was okay. It wasn't that bad, typical stuff. You get your Saris, you get your Batarian and get your geths. But I think this DLC is the best one so far. Alright? So enough of me talking about the Earth DLC. Wow, that was a pretty damn long conversation, wasn't it, huh? Alright. Now, the next topic is the Leviathan DLC, alright? I'm gonna make this quick and short because there's really not much details since, you know, the last video I made. Obviously, it's been confirmed by the voice actor, which his name is Anthony Scordy. Basically, he's the one who is doing the voice for Leviathan. He said he's doing the voice for Leviathan in an unannounced add-on. Obviously, he's not gonna say DLC, blah blah blah, because you know he probably doesn't even know what the fuck a DLC is. But he's a voice actor that does the voice for Leviathan, and it's confirmed that it is true. All right. Let's see the. Okay, basically the plot of the Leviathan DLC is basically, let's see, Leviathan has been separated from the rest of the Reaper forces after killing one of its own kind. So basically it rebelled. Shepard meets Leviathan after being sent to rescue scientist Anne Branson. She's been held at Reaper indoctrinated mining facility that Leviathan controls. The DLC may give more information about Reaper's origins, which is really good. Briefly alluded to in a Mass Effect 3 ending. Yeah. Let's see here. So the Reapers did not fully exterminate their creators. One line of dialogue states that suggests they are fallible even on large or long-term scales. So basically, this DLC is just going to talk about how a Reaper went rogue and everything, and then you probably might have to like fight through his forces, and then you probably convince him to join your side, and basically it just adds more to your war asset. I don't think it's really going to change the ending in any way or anything like that. Just kind of add more detail of who the Reapers are and what they are, who the creators are and everything, and how they think and everything and whatnot. So that'll be pretty interesting to find out more about the Reapers, in my opinion. And that's pretty much it with the Leviathan DLC. It's been confirmed by the voice actor who's doing the voice of Leviathan. Excuse me there. So that's pretty much it for the Leviathan DLC. Not much info, just saying that it's confirmed. Even BioWare's kind of vaguely stated that there's, you know, they're doing a DLC. And also, you know, it's obvious because the Extended Cut DLC has a new entry in one of the synopsises of the planet, basically stating that Leviathan this, Leviathan that, which, by the way, wasn't there before. It was only added after the Extended Cut DLC and everything. So it's pretty interesting how they're kind of, you know, putting clues in the game for people to figure out what the next DLC is. And so that's pretty much it, guys. That's the update for Mass Effect 3. I know this was quite a long update. Ooh, wow, almost 30 minutes long. But the thing is, I wanted to, you know, get to the, you know, tell you guys in detail what's going on and everything like that. Oh, mind you, the article that I read, this Mass Effect 3 Leviathan DLC, is from Eurogamer, right? Which is actually the place where the actor confirmed it on. He actually had an interview with somebody from Eurogamer or something. So basically, this is the legit website. I'll also leave a link in the description below for this article, and also leave a link right here so you guys can check it out if you want right after the video or whatever. So that's pretty much it, guys. Quick little thing before I go, just to tell you guys in detail, if you want to friend me on PSN or any other console or any other system, you can visit my channel. It has a whole bunch of usernames I have there. If you want to friend me, send me a friend request. Don't send me on YouTube saying, hey, friend me, here's my PSN. No, I am not going to do that. Why? Because I have a shitload of people mailing me, emailing me, and commenting on my videos saying, hey, friend me, friend me, friend me. I literally have over like 20 people asking to be friends with them and everything, and really I don't want to sit down for like an hour typing in every person's name saying, do you want to be my friend, do you want to be my friend, do you want to be my friend? And sometimes, no offense to you guys write down the wrong username, or you misspell your username by accident or something, or you forgot to capitalize something. And so when I go on PSN, it goes username not found. I'm like, well, this is the username that they gave me. And so I just wasted like, you know, a few minutes just doing that. So if you guys can, if you want to be friends with me, send me a request, because it's easier for you guys, because you just have to do it once. I have to do it multiple times. It makes it easier on me, and it makes it easier on you. And also, you know, it's just easier, just plain out easier. All right. Another thing I want to mention, if you guys message me, let's say if I do friend you and everything, you message me saying, hey, let's play Mass Effect 3, and if I'm playing another game, I'm gonna be playing that other game no matter what. All right. Usually when I play a game, I stick to the game I'm playing until I get bored of it or something. If anything, I'll message you guys. Yeah, I'll play with you guys a little bit later on. Like there was one guy asking me, let's play Mass Effect 3 right away. And I go, well, I'm playing Mass Effect 2 right now. I'm kind of in the middle of a mission, and I really want to play Mass Effect 2. I've already beat the game. I just want to play it again. And playing it with a different character and playing it as female Shepard. So, you know, if I'm playing a game and if it's not Mass Effect 3 or a game that you want to play with me and stuff like that, you can message me saying, hey, do you want to play so-and-so? And I'll go, not right now, I'm busy playing this game. Message me again in a few hours or so. Usually I play multiplayer games at night because that's when usually most people come out. During the afternoons and the mornings, I kind of just play the single player because, well, it's just easier. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you message me, do that. I just got my new microphone, as you can tell, because I'm doing this video. Some people beforehand last weekend was asking me, oh, can you have your microphone on so we can talk? Unfortunately, during that time, my microphone broke. I accidentally stepped on it, and so it broke, so I had to get my other one, which was somewhere in my room, but I couldn't find for some damn reason. I found it actually behind my bookshelf. I don't know how the hell I ended up there. It was just behind my bookshelf. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I will be able to talk now, so if you guys want to talk while playing video games, I'll be able to do that. Alright, so that's pretty much it, guys. So don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and, you know, like this video because it helps me and helps you somehow. I don't know how the hell it helps you, but it just helps you. Alright, subscribe. Alright, visit my channel if you want to. They have a whole bunch of other videos, playthroughs, and walkthroughs. Check them out, alright? They're pretty good videos, alright? So that's pretty much it, guys. So, until next time, this is Primus. Keep it crunchy, and peace out.